from the heart of America, I'm Steve Gruber, ready to deliver an inclusive and diverse discussion on the most important topics of the day, giving you better analysis and insight than anyone else, period. And I'm humble, too. You got that going for you. Also, shine the light into the darkness. How do you like that? Here's 3 big things you need to know to start your day today. Number 1, tough news for fans of Yellowstone and the wildly popular series. Well, it's about to take a very different turn. Not one the fans are going to like much. Number 2, the Southern Border Countdown is on, and there's just no good news coming from the border states right now. Places like El Paso have been totally overrun. And number 3, the subpoenas have been shipped, and demands for answers are increasing from Republicans and ordinary Americans that want to know what Joe Biden's being accused of by a whistleblower that says, as Vice President Biden was selling, allegedly, access and government policies to a foreign national. That is what we call a bribe in my neighborhood, but before Senator Chuck Grassley and Congressman James Comer can get to the bottom of it, they're going to need to see the document that is apparently the smoking gun at the bottom of all of this. The document called an FD 1023, and it implicates the president of taking bribes to impact policy decisions in the Obama White House. And Senator Grassley says, according to a very credible whistleblower, the document certainly exists, and he wants it in his hands immediately. Grassley and Comer issued letters to the FBI and the DOJ in which they describe the FD 1023, and they write the form that described an alleged criminal scheme involving then Vice President Biden and a foreign national relating to the exchange of money for policy decisions. That's a quote. Grassley writes the DOJ and FBI must come clean with the American people about what they did with the document, where it is now, what they did to investigate the information it contained, and whether or not it was vetted to determine if that information was accurate or not. This is all very important. In addition, critically, Grassley says he wants to be assured that normal and proper investigative procedures were followed, but asked to know if political calculations were involved. This is a hard-hitting series of comments and questions, and I can tell you that Chuck Grassley and James Comer are not going to back off one bit. In fact, Grassley adds that he expects both Attorney General Merrick Garland and FBI Director Christopher Wray to appear and answer the subpoena, adding that he hopes both agencies will fully cooperate with what is being asked to help reestablish credibility in both agencies that has been tarnished in recent years. But even all the puffing and posturing has not shaken anything loose quite yet. They're trying, but they're not there yet. Ben Domenech, he says there's no smoking gun yet in the claims of a whistleblower that alleges this bribe was paid to Vice President Joe Biden. Here's what he has to say. Listen.
What we haven't really seen yet is a direct quid pro quo claim that has been justified in a serious manner by the evidence. This could change all of that. It could be something that could change the conversation about whether there was a direct line between financial benefits for Joe Biden or the Biden family and decisions that he was making or influencing while in office. That's a completely different level of serious offense. And it's something that the Congress will obviously respond to.
Well, all right. Well, the allegations of pay to play are gaining traction on Capitol Hill. Other heavy hitters are also starting to weigh in to figure out what is going on. I mean, this is a bombshell of bombshells. If a whistleblower is coming forward to say there is a document, FD 1023, and that document maps out a scheme of pay to play involving then Vice President Joe Biden, then we, as the American people, we must know this. We must. Senator Ted Cruz weighed in on the huge whistleblower story that puts Biden in connection with bribes and its impact on public policy. Here's what he had to say.
But the evidence against Joe Biden being complicit and profiting from this corruption is growing and growing and growing. Every week on my podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, I've walked listeners through the detailed evidence that's growing. And here's the tell. Look, I think the Biden Department of Justice is going to end up indicting Hunter. But if they indict him just for the gun crime or just for a tax crime, they're going to try to explain it as he's a troubled soul. He's got substance abuse issues. But look how fair we are. And now we can go target Donald Trump, which is what the Biden Department of Justice really wants to do. That will be the tell. If they focus on individual crimes to Hunter and they seal off what makes this a matter of public concern, which is the connection to Joe Biden, the millions Hunter made selling access to daddy When he was vice president, he made it from Burisma, the Ukrainian natural gas company. He made it from communist China, 10% for the big guy. And Merrick Garland, Biden's attorney general, does not want to get near the growing and growing evidence of corruption going straight to the president of the United States.
Straight to the president. Corruption. And look, tigers don't change their stripes, right? People don't change, generally speaking, they just get older. I mean, there can be a profound change, I suppose. That has not happened in Joe Biden's life. I can guarantee you it has not happened in Hunter Biden's life. Others in the Biden administration, they don't want anything to do with this. They're running for the hills. Karine Jean-Pierre, I've got nothing to preview. I've got nothing to review. I've got nothing to say. I'd crawl under her podium. The same as what happened during a Pentagon briefing Thursday. That's right, during the Pentagon, because John Kirby, he wants nothing to do at all with the allegations of a whistleblower and Joe Biden being linked up to bribery and other bad behavior. Listen to this.
John, I've got a question about House Oversight Committee subpoena that was issued yesterday. It's seeking an FBI document from 2020 that, quote, describes an alleged criminal scheme involving then Vice President Biden and a foreign national relating to the exchange of money for policy decisions. What's the White House's response to this serious corruption allegation?
I'm going to have to refer you to the Justice Department on that. I have nothing for you on that today.
No, do you know what country this pertains to or what policy decision?
I have nothing for you, sir. I'm going to have to refer you to the Justice Department, and I'm getting the hook. See ya.
And I'm getting the hook. See ya. I'm running for the door. I want nothing to do with questions like this. That's where he is with that, right? He wants nothing to do with questions like that at all. None of them do. None of them want to answer any questions like that. I mean, why would you? Hell, by the way, is your boss a crook? Is your boss selling out America to the highest bidder? Is he taking bids from Ukraine, China, Russia? Where's the money coming from? John. Okay, he's gone. John Kirby's not going to answer any of those questions. None of them are. But Chuck Grassley, determined, dedicated to find the truth. People are scrambling now. Chuck Grassley is I said it yesterday, I'll say it again, he's above reproach. There are a few members of the Senate or the Congress that you can say, this one plays it straight pretty much all the time. Chuck Grassley plays it straight pretty much all the time. He's been there for 40 years. He knows how the institution works. He knows when he smells something rotten. And he knows when he smells blood in the water, which he does now. Well, and he's on Chuck Grassley. I'll take a break. I'm not done there. This is just the beginning of the cleanup for Friday, because the border is still a mess. I'll get to that in a moment here. This is the Steve Gruber Show. Thank you for watching. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Getter, Truth Social, all of it. And follow me at stevegruber.com. It's a great website. You'll like it. Promise. I'll be back.